Do you have a tax lien on your business from the IRS? Do you owe more than $100,000 to the IRS and don't know what to do? Then pay close attention to this important message. Sam Pais from LMS Tax Solutions can help you. For over 2 decades, Sam has been helping small businesses negotiate with the IRS, often negotiating for pennies on the dollar. Although no 2 cases are alike, Sam recently helped a business owner with a tax debt of over $1 million settle for $9,000. Call today to make your appointment and start fresh. 281-977-6572. Once again, 281-977-6572. Call today.
Welcome to another episode of Mondays with Sam. We were a little delayed because of the hurricane, but we're back in the saddle. Joining us today is the man of the hour, Sam Pais. Sam, say hi to our listeners.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another segment, and I'm happy to be here to share my opinions with you guys.
Today we are talking about innovation. Sam, why is innovation important to have that as a mindset? If you own a business, if you want to start a business, why is innovation important?
For me, innovation started with the word called fiat, to create something out of nothing. And so I tell people, when I first started the tow truck business for my dad, he had a small body shop off of Hopper and 59, and we really couldn't afford the tow trucks. And so I told my dad, if you will sign for me, I'll get the down payment together. And me and my brother came together and we got our Visa cards and put a $5,000 down payment with our Visa cards at that time. And we bought the tow.
And at that time, that was probably about 28%.
That's 28% interest. We're talking about 1981. Yeah, interest was 18%, 20%.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got the down payment for the truck, and we were able to buy the emergency lights on it, but I could not afford the radios. So the radios were like $500 a pop just to listen to a police scanner, to be able to run to a tow truck, to a wreck, DWI, or any of the police scenes. So I'm the only Latino out there, 300 rednecks, and so they didn't really let me park next to them or really talk to them. And I used to say because I was Latino, and later I found out, well, I'm Latino, 19, and a tow truck owner, and they're 30 and 40 years old driving for somebody, right? So I would park across the street and wait for them to take off because I didn't have the radios. And so what I did was I put antennas on my truck like I did have the radio, so nobody knew I had radios or not. So, you have to be
exactly.
Exactly. And so all of a sudden, we get to the first and second scene, and the police officers are looking for somebody to translate, and it was priceless. It was like MasterCard's commercial where I'm raising my hand and I'm looking back, and I'm the only one that can interpret what the officer needed me to interpret. Little or short, we went from one raggedy tow truck to about 7 tow trucks within about a year and a half period, and that's when I made my first $1 million. So I tell a lot of people, you have to be creative and innovative when there's no cash, no finances.
And Sam, isn't it a fact? I know I can say this from experience, is that once you look at a problem, the problem is the solution. The problem is the opportunity. If you expand your mind to find opportunity in the problem and solving the problem, maybe not the traditional way, but in unconventional ways, you develop a sixth sense for problem solving and thinking outside the box. I'm reminded of the comment that J. Paul Getty made when he would go into one of his companies. He would see a lot of inefficiency and waste as a business owner, but the employee could not see that because it wasn't his business. Right. And so when you own your own business, you really watch the pennies and the nickels to make sure that again, that goes straight to the bottom line. So talk about how creativity is important to think outside the box for problem solving and innovation.
You really have to fall in love with the problem. And if you have a problem, you need to find out if others are having the same problem. Because if others are having the problem, then now you look for the solution, and you're going to have a group of individuals that are going to want to resolve that same problem, and they'll pay you a fee to take care of these issues. For example, the beginning of this year, the business owner information came out. The raza doesn't know nothing about the BOI, and if they're an LLC and a corporation, some people were charging $1,500 to do it. And so I looked at it and I said, man, it's a pretty simple application, pretty easy to do. You go online and do it. In fact, if you're an LMS member, we're now downloading the books in English and Spanish so that you can follow the steps to do it if you want to do it yourself, or you can pay LMS membership fee and we do it for you. And so at the end of the day, I looked at it, resolved it, and to date, I think we've done a little over 100 already.
Wow.
At about $200-$300 a pop, and people are happy because it got done and it got taken care of. So I'm telling people, look outside the how you're living. What you need to look at what's going on in the market or in society in general, or even just with your family. You could try it out with your family. What's your problem? What's going on? And you become that problem solver. People start coming to you. They start attracting to you.
Your comment makes me think of the founder of Holiday Inn, and he would say that when he would go to the office, first thing he wanted to know is what are the problems we're having, because he wanted to know all the problems that they were having, because his philosophy is when there's no problems, I'm no longer needed.
Right.
And so again, a leader runs towards problems, whereas opposed to someone that is not a leader, someone that doesn't have the entrepreneur mindset, runs away from them.
Right. In innovation, you have to think outside the box and look at it. There's a lot of answers, and one answer might be right for today, but it might be wrong tomorrow. So anything can change. The market can change, the trends can change, people's thought process can change. Steve Jobs was a genius to create things before people knew they wanted them. And so I tell a lot of my contractors and everything, well, what makes you different from any other framer? Well, I speak Spanish, I work hard, I work 7 days a week. I said, well, most of the raza, that's describing the raza. But what makes you different from anybody else? What is your unique proposition that makes you totally different from everybody else? And I was just being asked this by some venture capitalists about my software. And I told them, well, let's compare the different softwares that we got. And at the end, they're all taking the customer information. They're taking addresses, emails, phone numbers, and just everything, the materials they're purchasing from them, or the services and everything. I said, the difference for me is that every client that uses my software, I'm able to prepare their tax return at the end of the year with the information. Can any software do that I'm doing right now? And I said, let's call one of them. I told them, let's call Salesforce and ask them if they'll do their tax returns at the end of the year using their software. And she goes, well, I don't think so. I said, okay, well, can they quote the general liability or the workers' comp, or do a blueprint reading for these companies, or sell them the material that they're using through my software? So I look for a lot of problems in the Latino market in general, because I feel that we're just 1 or 2 steps behind, and those that are already up ahead are not willing to share that information. They think it's my for and no more. And I think in abundance, I think that there's more than enough in 60 million Latinos to share the information and the problems that we solve here at LMS.
Yeah, because if we were a country, if we were a nation, Latinos would be one of the top 10 economies in the world.
Oh, definitely, by far, yeah.
So we have come a long way, and when we help one another, not only are we helping ourselves, but we're also are contributing to our community.
That's it, exactly.
Helping other Latinos. Latinos helping Latinos. That's what we do here at the Sam Pais Show and LMS.
That's it.
Is that enough show, Sam?
That's enough show.
Now, listeners, if you want to read more about innovation, actually, this is going to be a chapter in the new upcoming book. Sam, tell our listeners about the upcoming book.
The upcoming book is ICR Hope, the letters, the letter I, the letter C, the letter R, the letter HOPE, and I broke down each letter and defined it, what it meant for LMS, the community, our contractors and everything, and how I developed my systems, my processes, my structures, my thinking on how to think outside the box for a small entrepreneur starting off, startups, and how to raise capital inside the book.
There you have it. So go to Sam's LinkedIn webpage where they are taking pre-orders. And you can even read the first chapter of the book.
Oh, yes. You can read it in LinkedIn, the first chapter.
And it's at a discount. So take advantage of it because once it goes live, you don't want to pay full price.
That's it. That's it.
All right, friends. Well, we'll leave it there. Until next time, go out and have a great week.